Not all feelings are spoken out loud, especially when it comes to love. Some of the most sincere emotions are never said directly, but instead shown quietly, through body language, gestures, and small moments that speak volumes. When a man truly likes you, he may not say it immediately, but if you look closely, his actions will begin to tell you everything you need to know. In today's world, where people often play it cool or guard their hearts, it can be hard to tell the difference between casual interest and something real. Words can be confusing, mixed signals can throw you off, and sometimes it feels impossible to know what's really going on in someone's heart. But the truth is, when a man is genuinely falling for you, even slowly, his body, eyes, habits, and reactions start to shift. Not dramatically, but in subtle, beautiful ways that reveal his growing affection. You don't need a love letter to know he likes you. You just need to notice the way his eyes search for you in a crowded room, the way he leans in when you speak, as if your words are the most important thing he'll hear all day, the way he laughs a little louder when you're around, or how he shows up in places he knows you'll be, just to steal a moment with you. These are the silent signs that reveal what he hasn't yet said out loud. Men don't always express their emotions the way women do. Many are taught to be subtle, to hide their vulnerability, or to show care through action instead of conversation. So instead of waiting for him to say, "I like you," pay attention to how he treats you. Does he notice when you're quiet? Does he remember small things you say? Does his mood change when yours does? These quiet, consistent behaviors say more than 1,000 compliments ever could. This list isn't about guessing or overanalyzing. It's about learning how real emotions often reveal themselves through small, silent signals. If you've ever found yourself wondering, does he like me? Or is he just being nice? Then these signs are for you. Each one reflects the kind of quiet affection that slowly builds trust, connection, and love, one unspoken moment at a time. So let's take a closer look at the signs that matter most. The ones you won't hear, but will absolutely feel. Because when a man likes you, his silence isn't empty. It's full of emotion, attention, and 1,000 little messages just waiting for you to notice. 1. He makes prolonged eye contact with you. When a man makes prolonged eye contact with you, it's often one of the most powerful non-verbal ways he expresses interest. Eye contact can reveal more than words ever could. It shows attention, focus, and emotional connection. When he looks at you and holds that gaze just a little longer than usual, it means you've captured his mind, even if he hasn't said it out loud. This type of eye contact isn't random. It's intentional and often subconscious. It's his way of silently communicating that he's drawn to you. There's a certain softness or intensity in his eyes when he looks at you, a kind of stillness that breaks only when he remembers to look away. But even when he does, he may glance back quickly, as if he doesn't want to lose sight of you for too long. You might notice that in moments of silence or during conversation, he doesn't rush to look around or check his phone. Instead, his eyes stay with you, focused and calm. This isn't something people do with just anyone. It's reserved for someone they genuinely want to connect with. That quiet moment of eye contact often carries emotion, curiosity, and warmth. It's a silent way of saying, "I see you." And more importantly, "I want to keep seeing you." Prolonged eye contact can be shy or confident, depending on his personality, but the message behind it remains the same. It's one of the oldest and most honest signs of emotional interest. When someone locks eyes with you and holds it longer than necessary, it's not just a glance, it's a signal. And in the early stages of liking someone, those lingering looks can mean more than any spoken words. 2. He finds reasons to be near you often. When a man starts to truly like you, one of the most natural things he does is find reasons to be near you, frequently and intentionally. It might not always be obvious, but his presence around you becomes a pattern. Whether it's standing close during conversations, sitting beside you in group settings, or just showing up where he knows you'll be, his actions show a desire to share space with you. This isn't about convenience, it's about connection. He may not always say much, but his body language tells the story. Proximity becomes his quiet way of expressing affection. Being near you makes him feel good, safe, and noticed. Even if it's just for a short moment, he'll take that opportunity to be in your presence. This might mean helping out with small things you didn't ask for, walking with you after an event, or joining activities he wouldn't normally attend, just because you're involved. It's not about being intrusive or overbearing. It's about finding comfort in closeness. He wants to be part of your world, even in small, unnoticed ways. When a man's feelings grow, he doesn't always use grand words or bold actions. Sometimes he simply stays close. You'll feel his energy nearby, often without him needing to say anything. This kind of effort is subtle but steady. He's not forcing the moment, he's simply drawn to it. And when someone repeatedly shows up near you, without a clear reason or benefit to himself, it's because he's following what he feels. Being near you becomes the highlight of his day, and even if he doesn't say it out loud, his quiet presence speaks volumes about how much you matter to him. 3. He listens carefully and remembers what you say. When a man genuinely likes you, his attention to your words becomes noticeably deeper. He doesn't just hear you, he listens with intention. Every story you tell, every detail you share, no matter how small, becomes something he values and stores in his mind. Whether you're talking about your favorite snack, a childhood memory, or something that upset you during the day, he pays attention, not because he has to, but because he wants to. This careful listening is a reflection of emotional investment. When he remembers the things you've said days or even weeks later, it shows you're not just a passing thought. You're someone he's mentally and emotionally present with. He might bring up something you forgot you even told him, or surprise you by doing something thoughtful based on a detail you casually mentioned before. These moments reveal how much weight he gives to your words. Listening in this way is more than just politeness. It's care. It means he values your voice, your thoughts, and your experiences. He's not just focused on the conversation in the moment. He's connecting with the deeper layers of who you are. It's one of the quietest, yet most meaningful ways someone can express their feelings. When someone consistently listens and remembers what you share, it's because your words leave an impression on them. You matter to him, and he proves it not through grand speeches, but by holding onto your words like they're worth keeping. That kind of attention doesn't happen by accident. It happens when someone is slowly falling for you, even if they haven't said it yet. 4. He mirrors your body language without realizing it. When a man is developing genuine feelings for you, his body often speaks before his words do. One of the clearest silent signs is that he starts to mirror your body language without even realizing it. This isn't something he plans or consciously controls. It's a subconscious way of building connection and closeness. His movements begin to reflect yours naturally, creating a quiet rhythm between you both. If you lean forwards, he may do the same. If you cross your arms or tilt your head a certain way, he might unintentionally mirror that posture. This kind of physical alignment is a sign that he's emotionally in sync with you. It shows that he's not just physically present, but mentally and emotionally tuned in. His body mirrors yours because, on some level, he wants to feel closer to you, closer in comfort, understanding, and energy. This silent imitation happens most often when he's fully engaged in your presence. His focus is on you, not just on what you're saying, but on how you're being. And because he's emotionally connected, his body starts to respond in ways that match yours. It's a natural form of bonding, where physical gestures reflect emotional alignment. These moments are easy to miss unless you're looking for them, but they hold powerful meaning. They show that he's not holding back or trying to impress. He's simply responding to your presence with openness. And when someone's body naturally reflects yours, it's because they feel safe, interested, and emotionally close. It's a subtle but strong sign that what he feels is real and quietly growing stronger with every shared moment. 5. He smiles when you enter the room. When a man truly likes you, his reaction to your presence becomes almost impossible to hide, especially in his smile. The moment you walk into a room, his expression naturally softens or lights up. It's not a forced or polite gesture. It's genuine, spontaneous, and often unconscious. His smile is his body's way of expressing happiness just by seeing you. And it happens before he even says a word. This kind of smile holds warmth, familiarity, and a quiet sense of joy. It's not just about how you look. It's about how you make him feel. Your presence alone is enough to shift his mood, and that shows in the way his face changes the moment you appear. He may smile subtly when your eyes meet, or break into a full grin, even in the middle of a conversation with someone else, simply because you're near. That reaction reflects something deeper than surface-level attraction. It reveals comfort, fondness, and a growing emotional attachment. He doesn't need to think about smiling. It happens naturally because he's glad you're there. In a crowded space, that smile is a signal meant just for you, a quiet way of saying, "I'm happy to see you." Even if he tries to hide his feelings, his face often gives him away. A smile that arrives without hesitation, just because you walked in, speaks louder than words. It's a moment of connection, a flicker of affection that shows he's not just noticing you. He's feeling something for you. And when someone consistently smiles at your arrival, it means your presence genuinely matters to them in a way that's both silent and sincere. 6. He fixes his appearance when you're around. When a man likes you, even the smallest details about how he presents himself start to matter more, especially when you're nearby. One of the quiet ways this shows is through how he subtly adjusts his appearance when he sees you. He might run his fingers through his hair, straighten his shirt, check his reflection, or adjust his posture. These little actions aren't always conscious, but they're meaningful. It's his body's natural response to wanting to look his best around you. When someone is emotionally drawn to you, there's an instinctive desire to be more attractive and presentable in your eyes. Even if he's usually laid back about his looks, your presence makes him more aware. He starts to care more about how he's perceived, not because he's trying to impress the world, but because your opinion genuinely matters to him. These adjustments may happen quickly and quietly, but they're rooted in attention and care. He's not necessarily dressing up for an event or trying to stand out in a crowd. He's simply reacting to the effect you have on him. Looking good becomes part of how he communicates interest without saying a word. You may catch him glancing at his clothes, fixing his collar, or adjusting his watch when he notices you nearby. These aren't random gestures. They're silent signals of attraction and self-consciousness. He wants to feel confident, and more importantly, he wants you to notice him in a positive light. When a man begins to fix his appearance around you consistently, it's not just about style, it's about emotion. It shows you're on his mind, and he's aware of your presence in a way that makes him want to show up just a little better. That quiet effort is one of the simplest yet most telling signs of how he feels. 7. He gets nervous or fidgety near you. When a man starts developing real feelings for you, his usual calm or confident demeanor might shift the moment you're near. He may become noticeably nervous or fidgety, not because he's uncomfortable, but because he cares deeply about how he comes across. His emotions are heightened in your presence, and that can lead to subtle signs of nervous energy, like adjusting his sleeves, tapping his fingers, avoiding too much eye contact, or stumbling over his words. This kind of nervousness is different from general anxiety. It's specific to you and what you mean to him. He might be unsure of what to say, overthinking how to respond, or worried he'll say the wrong thing. That hesitation comes from a place of emotional investment. You matter to him, so he doesn't want to mess up the connection he feels is growing between you. Even if he's usually outgoing or relaxed around others, he may become more awkward, quiet, or physically restless when you're around. These behaviors aren't flaws, they're signs of vulnerability. When someone's truly falling for you, they often lose a bit of their usual composure. Their mind is focused on impressing you, connecting with you, and trying not to reveal just how much they already care. Nervousness is the body's way of reacting when the heart is involved. He may try to hide it, play it cool, or brush it off, but those little signs often say more than his words ever could. And when a man gets fidgety around you without any obvious reason, it usually means you've affected him in a real and meaningful way, even if he hasn't figured out how to say it yet. 8. He looks at you when he thinks you're not watching. When a man has real feelings for you, his eyes often reveal what his words haven't yet said. One of the clearest silent signs is when he looks at you during quiet moments, especially when he thinks you're not watching. These secret glances are unguarded, genuine, and full of unspoken emotion. It's in those fleeting moments when he feels unnoticed that his true feelings show the most. He might glance at you from across the room during a conversation with others or when you're distracted by something else. His gaze lingers a little longer than it should, not out of curiosity, but out of quiet admiration. He's not looking at you to be caught. He's looking because he's drawn to you. In those moments, there's no performance, no pressure, just pure, honest affection that he's still learning how to express. This kind of look carries softness. It reflects thought, interest, and sometimes even longing. He's not just admiring your appearance. He's observing your presence. The way you smile, the way you speak, the way you move, all of it draws him in. He watches because he cares, and in those quiet glances, there's a sense of connection he may not fully understand yet. If you catch him looking and he quickly turns away or pretends to be focused elsewhere, that's often all the confirmation you need. When someone stares at you when they think you're not watching, it means you're on their mind even when you're not actively engaging. It's one of the most honest signs of growing affection. Gentle, wordless, and deeply sincere. 9. He slows down his pace to walk beside you. When a man truly likes you, his actions naturally begin to align with your presence, even in something as simple as walking. One of the quietest but most telling signs is when he slows down his pace just to walk beside you. It may seem small, but it speaks volumes about how much he values your company. He's not in a rush to be somewhere else. He's choosing to match your rhythm, to stay close, to move through the moment with you. This subtle shift shows consideration and emotional presence. Whether you're walking together in a group, down a hallway, or on a casual stroll, he instinctively adjusts his speed to match yours. He doesn't walk ahead or leave you behind. He stays in step, side by side. It's a physical reflection of emotional connection. He wants to be close, and he's willing to move at your pace to do so. Without saying a word, this action communicates patience, attention, and care. It shows he's not just thinking about where he's going, but about how you feel along the way. Walking beside you becomes a quiet act of companionship. It means he's present with you in that moment, not distracted or distant, but connected. This kind of gesture doesn't require big effort. It happens naturally when someone enjoys your presence. It may not seem romantic on the surface, but it's one of those small signs that reveal a deeper truth. When he slows down for you, he's making space for you in his world. And that's one of the clearest ways the heart begins to speak, without needing any words at all. 10. He shows up where he knows you'll be. When a man truly likes you, he doesn't always wait for an invitation. He finds ways to be where you are. This isn't about coincidence or chance. It's a subtle, intentional effort to share space with you. He may show up at events, gatherings, or places he knows you'll be, even if he normally wouldn't go. His presence becomes more frequent, more deliberate, and more centered around where you are. He does this because he wants to feel close to you. Just being in the same space brings him a quiet sense of happiness and comfort. It's not always about making a big move or starting deep conversations. Sometimes he just wants to exist in your orbit. Even if he barely speaks to you, being near you matters to him. It allows him to feel more connected, even without words. This kind of effort often goes unnoticed if you're not paying attention, but it speaks volumes. He's making time, shifting plans, and sometimes stepping out of his comfort zone just to cross paths with you. Whether it's joining a group he doesn't usually hang out with or arriving somewhere earlier than needed, he's doing it for a reason. You. His consistent presence is a quiet expression of interest. He may not be ready to admit how he feels, but his actions reveal it. Being near you becomes something he looks forward to, and finding ways to be around you is how he slowly builds that emotional closeness. When someone goes out of their way just to be where you are, even when it's unspoken, it's because your presence has already started to matter more than he expected. 11. He leans in when you talk. When a man has genuine feelings for you, even the way he listens becomes more intentional. One of the clearest non-verbal signs of interest is when he leans in as you speak. This subtle gesture shows that he's fully engaged, not just hearing your words, but wanting to be closer to your presence. It reflects attention, connection, and the desire to bridge the physical space between you without saying a single word. Leaning in signals emotional closeness. It means your voice matters to him, and he wants to catch every word, even in a crowded or noisy room. It also shows respect. He's not distracted or half-present. His body naturally moves toward you because that's where his focus is. This kind of posture reflects comfort and interest. He wants to listen not out of politeness, but because he's truly curious about what you're saying. Even in quiet settings, if he leans in while you speak, it often shows that he's trying to create a more personal, intimate space between you. It may be just a few inches, but it carries emotional weight. It's his way of telling you, "You have my full attention," without needing to say it out loud. This behavior becomes even more meaningful when it's consistent. If you notice him leaning in more than he does with others, it's likely because your presence draws him in naturally. His interest is genuine, and his body language is responding to it honestly. When someone leans closer, they're not just trying to hear you, they're showing that being near you feels right. And that quiet closeness often says more than words ever could. 12. He gives you his full attention in a group. When a man truly likes you, his focus doesn't scatter even when he's surrounded by others. In a group setting where conversations and distractions are everywhere, he still manages to give you his full attention. His eyes find you, his body turns toward you, and his responses are thoughtful and present. It's as if, in a room full of voices, yours is the only one he really wants to hear. This kind of attention is rare and meaningful. He's not just being polite, he's genuinely drawn to you. Even when others are speaking or trying to capture his focus, he finds ways to stay engaged with you. He listens more intently, responds with interest, and often reacts to your expressions or words before anyone else does. That level of awareness shows emotional connection, not just surface-level attraction. He might lean slightly toward you, respond directly to your comments, or laugh at your jokes before others do. His presence is grounded in you, even when he's technically part of a larger group. He makes sure you feel seen, heard, and included. Not by dominating the conversation, but by making you feel like your voice matters more than the noise around you. This behavior reveals how much he values your presence. He's not just passively participating in the moment, he's actively choosing to center his attention on you. That choice, especially in a group setting, shows depth of feeling. It means you're more than just someone in the room. To him, you're the most important person there. And that quiet focus speaks volumes about what's growing in his heart. 13. He lightly touches you in casual, respectful ways. When a man has real feelings for you, physical touch becomes a subtle yet meaningful way he expresses his affection. He may lightly touch your arm when he laughs, gently place his hand on your back as you walk through a door, or brush against your hand during a conversation. These touches are never forced or inappropriate. They're casual, respectful, and often unspoken signs of emotional closeness. This kind of touch isn't about attraction alone, it's about connection. He wants to bridge the space between you, not just emotionally, but physically, in a way that feels natural and safe. These light gestures create a sense of intimacy without needing to say much at all. It's his way of letting you know he's drawn to you, that he feels comfortable around you, and that he wants to be just a little closer. He may not even be fully aware of how often he reaches out to you in these subtle ways. When feelings are genuine, touch becomes instinctive. It's not about getting your attention, it's about staying connected to you, even in quiet or public moments. These small interactions can carry more weight than grand romantic gestures, because they happen when he's simply being himself. You may notice that he doesn't touch others the same way or as often. His touches toward you are different. They carry warmth, care, and a quiet, emotional charge. It's not about making a move, it's about expressing a bond. And when someone consistently finds gentle ways to reach out to you, it's often a sign that his heart is already reaching further than his words have dared to go. 14. He reacts emotionally to your mood changes. When a man genuinely likes you, your emotions start to affect his. He becomes noticeably sensitive to your mood, even if you don't say a word. If you're upset, he may grow quiet or concerned. If you're happy, his face lights up with you. These emotional reactions aren't performed. They're real, instinctive responses that reflect how closely he's connected to you. He may not always know the exact reason behind your mood, but he feels it. He picks up on the shifts in your tone, your expressions, your energy. When you're hurt or distant, he doesn't ignore it. He feels uneasy, sometimes even anxious, because your happiness matters to him. It's no longer just about how he feels in a moment, but how you feel too. Your emotional state becomes a part of his internal world. This connection isn't about him trying to control or fix your emotions. It's about empathy. It shows that he's not emotionally detached. He's present, tuned in, and affected by your highs and lows. That emotional attunement is something that only happens when someone truly cares. You're not just another person in the room. You're someone whose joy, pain, and silence speak directly to his heart. When he starts responding to your feelings as if they're his own, it's a quiet but powerful sign of emotional investment. He may not always have the right words, but his concern, reactions, and energy will shift in response to yours. And that level of emotional awareness doesn't come from attraction alone. It comes from feeling something deeper, something real. 15. He tries to make you laugh or smile often. When a man genuinely likes you, one of his favorite things becomes seeing you happy, especially when he's the reason behind it. He'll go out of his way to make you laugh or smile, often without even realizing how often he does it. Whether it's through playful teasing, light-hearted jokes, funny observations, or simply sharing something that reminded him of you, his goal is to bring joy into your moments together. It's not about being a comedian or trying too hard. It's about creating a connection through happiness. When you laugh, it puts him at ease too. Your smile becomes a reward for him, a sign that he's made you feel good. And that alone can mean everything to someone who truly cares. Making you laugh is his way of showing affection without needing to be serious or intense. It's a gentle, fun way to build closeness. You'll notice that he pays attention to what makes you laugh and leans into it. He remembers the kind of humor you enjoy, and he might even laugh harder when you do, because your laughter is contagious to him. It's not just about entertainment, it's about emotional chemistry. He enjoys being the reason behind your good mood, and that's often more personal than any romantic gesture. When a man consistently tries to brighten your day with laughter or a smile, it's more than just being friendly. It's a sign that he's emotionally invested in your happiness. He wants you to feel light around him, to associate him with positivity, and to know that being with him can bring both comfort and joy. And when someone truly wants to be the source of your smile, it's usually because they've already started to fall for you.